What's up, monarchs? I am Divine. Thank you so much for your time, and I'm so grateful that we have aligned. Welcome or welcome back to the monarchy. Okay, so today I'm posting these late, but this is the end of the messages for Frequency Friday. Okay, for this past Friday. And then this coming week I'm going to do prophetic messages, but I was moving, so I didn't post Thursday and Friday. So this is going to be about the 5 foods that helped me when I was going through depression. And I've had like multiple depressive episodes. You know, I don't know why I'm laughing. I laugh when I'm uncomfortable. No, but I have had multiple depressive episodes, and I know depression sucks, right? And if you're one of those people where you're like, oh, you just need to pray more, click off. Okay, click off. I'm not doing that with you. Okay, if you think that mental health is just like, oh, you just need to pray, you're wrong. Okay, yes, prayer helps, but there are other things that have to happen as well. Okay, stop dismissing people's mental health by telling them they just need to pray. It's not helpful. It's actually more harmful. Okay, so this was like, I don't know, at least like a couple years ago, honestly. Not even a couple, like like I haven't experienced, because I used to have like seasonal depression, and then I just had depression, you know, just like all kinds of types of depression. You know, there's like different kinds of depression too. There's like a spectrum of depression, right? And so I know I've been there before, and I know how it feels. And I know that there are some people who, like, you don't eat at all. Like, I mean, you eat a lot. Like, some people when they're depressed, like it affects everybody's differently, right? Some people when they're depressed, they eat a bunch, right? And depression is literally just means deep rest. Like your spirit, your body, your mind, your soul needs rest, right? And since I just want to add, like, since I rededicated my life to Christ, I have not experienced depression, like, at all. But before then, in like my prodigal season, I did experience depression. I did fight with depression a lot. And I don't like to say suffer like ever. like suffer for Christ, sure, but like when people say like you're suffering from like some type of dis-ease, like no, I don't come into agreement with that. I experienced depression. I do not suffer from anything, right? So the 5 foods that help me, right? For those of you who like you don't eat a lot, when you like get into that space, right? And I might do another video on like how to like prevent that, like how to prevent even getting into that space. But right now it's like if you're there, right? If you feel yourself getting there and you're one of those people who like you stop eating, because that's how I was, or like you're barely eating, right? Which doesn't help, you know, unless it's like you're fasting, which may help to a certain degree, but it's different because the intent, right? The spirit is different. There's a difference between when you're fasting and you're intentionally not eating versus you're not eating because your spirit is misaligned, right? Your spirit, your mind, your body, your soul is at a dis-ease, right? You don't have ease. That's very different. That's a very different intention and comes from a very different place. Okay, so God had me actually look up, like, these are the 5 things that I genuinely would eat, like, just like if I couldn't just bear to eat anything else, these are the 5 things that I would genuinely eat. But to my surprise, like, God actually had me look them up and see like how are they beneficial for depression. And they're actually like 5 foods that's how you know, like, God, like, and this was even like I said in my prodigal season too, right? And I'm gonna tell more of my testimony, but God, like, when you feel stuff in your spirit, it's literally God, right? And when you feel like, oh man, I need to eat more vegetables, like you feel like that urge, that nudge, that is God, right? That listen to your intuition, listen to your spirit, right? Because that is God, right? You might not even know, like, cognitively why you want something or why you're being drawn to something or you have the urge for something, but it's literally usually God, right? If it's coming from your spirit, right? So I looked up these things and I was like, wow, these foods are actually, like, these are just natural things that I wanted or that I craved or that were like easy for me to eat. And God showed me, like, your body was already new, right? The intelligence of your body, man, your body is so intelligent because God is intelligent and God designed your body, right? And so he just was showing me, like, that your body is intelligent enough to know what you need, right? Whether that be mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, you just have to listen to it, right? And you might not understand why, like, oh, why am I craving pistachios, right? But your body knows, like, okay, that's something that we need right now in order to help us, right? So speaking of pistachios, that was my first one. The shelled and the salted ones, those are the pistachios that I would eat. Oh my gosh, I would just because they're so easy to pick up and just like eat. You don't even, and listen, if you know, where like when you're depressed and you can't even get out of bed, right? You can literally just grab those pistachios and eat them in bed, like, and they're helpful. And so I think I like them for the salt too. So I looked up how for pistachios, and it says pistachios are a great source of vitamin B6, which can be quite low in people who are experiencing depression. Okay, and vitamin B, they also have magnesium and zinc, which are also known to boost mood and alleviate depression. And it also says it contains tryptophan, which is an essential amino acid that may help also with depression. Okay, and then the second one, all the time, even now, like, even if I'm just sad, I just love, it's mangoes. My second food is mangoes. I just love mangoes in general, but I didn't even know this about mangoes, but this delicious fruit, it also contains tryptophan, I think I'm saying that right, which converts your body into the happiness hormone, which is serotonin, okay? It's called serotonin, the technical term for it. And if you have low levels of serotonin, then you can experience insomnia, depression, and anxiety. But mangoes are rich in minerals like potassium and magnesium that also keep your heart and blood vessels healthy and like flowing as well, which helps with depression as well. So mangoes can increase the level of your serotonin, which helps with depression, right? Because usually people who are depressed have low levels of serotonin, which is, some people deem it the happiness hormone, right? Okay, and then the third, and also it's sweet too, right? So if you're having that like craving for sweets or salty pistachios, sweet mangoes. Another sweet thing is dates. This is the third food that I would eat, is dates. And if you notice, all of these things are like just easy hand foods. Like I said, like, if you're that person who like you can't even get out of bed, like these are easy hand foods too, just stuff that you can grab. Or in mangoes, you can just cut them up, right? Which psychology also shows that doing things with your hand actually increases your mood too, right? So just using your hands, doing things with your hands, so like eating pistachios, breaking the shell open and eating pistachio, or getting a mango and cutting up the mango, right? Using your hands actually communicates something in your brain to increase your mood and your happiness. Okay, and of course we want to, as children of God, right, we are but we get to have the state of joy, right? Joy is a constant state of being. Happiness is a fleeting emotion, right? Sometimes you're happy, sometimes you're not happy. It's up and it's down, right? However, when you are in Christ, when in God, right, God gives you a constant state of joy. So that way, when you're even not happy, right, you still have joy, to where whatever made you unhappy doesn't completely ruin your mood, because you have joy, right? So also, when you are depressed, right, that is a sign of a lack of the state of joy, right? The state of being, of having joy, right? Where you're at wheel of happiness, which again is a fleeting emotion, right? Happiness can go up and down. So if you are always chasing happiness and you're looking to be happy, right, and that is what you depend your mental, emotional, physical state on, right, it is going to be unstable, right? You're going to feel unstable. Okay, so dates contain polyphenols, a specific type of antioxidant that helps fight inflammation. And the daily intake of polyphenols can prevent or alleviate symptoms of depression. Okay. And so dates are a very calming and healing food, and they're also rich in fiber, and they have naturally added sugar. But lowering the inflammation in your brain can help with your nervous system, right? Which is where kind of that depression comes from, is your nervous system is unstable, or it's irritated or aggravated, right? Which can lead to or cause depression. Okay. And then the fourth food that I would eat is yogurt. Okay, and yogurt works to convert stress hormones in the brain into feel good hormones. So like I said, the happiness hormone, serotonin or oxytocin, okay, which is another hormone that is associated with feelings of happiness and feeling good, and things of that sort, that high vibrational spirits. Okay, and yeah, so yogurt increases your serotonin, and it also increases the friendly bacteria that lives inside of your gut, right? And so the friendly bacteria, your gut is, and the reason why I'm saying this in general, is because your gut is heavily connected to your emotions, okay? Believe it or not, it is. Do the research, right? It is heavily connected to your emotions. What you eat can really affect how you feel, right? And Hippocrates, which America calls the father of medicine, right? He was the one who said that all disease, right? All dis-ease begins in the gut, right? That includes mental health, emotional health, spiritual health, physical health, right? Which is why we see in the Bible, diet comes up a lot, right? In different instances where they eat certain things or they don't eat certain things, or they just don't eat certain things around certain periods, right? Like during Passover, they don't eat unleavened bread, right? Or when Daniel was fasting and he was not eating particular things, right? Or how God gave the Levites specific instructions about what they could eat or couldn't eat. How also God gave in the Bible instructions about what was clean food and what was not clean food, right? That's why we see that, because what you eat does affect your body, your mind, your soul, your spirit, okay? And the last thing is granola, okay? And granola is kind of like a compilation of all of the things that I was just saying, right? Granola lowers your blood sugar. Low blood sugar has been related to depression, anxiety, but adding protein and fiber to the diet can boost your blood sugar and your mood. So granola has vitamin B, has protein, has fiber. It also has vitamin C in it, which all are ingredients or nutrients that can calm your nerves. Again, like I said, depression is about the nervous system, right? You listen to the word nervous, right? And nerves comes from anxiety. Anxiety leads to depression, right? Is your body is not at ease. It's not in a state of rest. Okay. And what else? And this also, yes, so vitamin B and whole grains have the ability to reduce stress and elevate mood, okay? So, sorry, the dog, y'all can hear that. So, yes, those are the 5 foods that I would eat. And I love how God had me look that stuff up, and like, to my surprise, it actually, my body was just using that my spirit was tapping into that God wisdom, that God intelligence, to just know, these are the things that I could do, right? I could access, and it wasn't too much. It didn't feel like I had to make a whole meal, right? Which can be hard when you are in that state, right? So I hope this helps. I hope this heals. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Click the bell button if you want to know when I post more, and I'll be back. Deuces.